Welcome to Taking Care of Business on News Talk 1180 KERN for the best in Saturday Talk Radio at 1 o'clock and on 1230 KGEO at 10 o'clock Saturday. And for the best in Wednesday Talk Radio on 1410 KERI, the Christian station. We are now on 1000 KKIM in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and also 3 times a week on the internet nationwide through knookmedia.com. Plus, you can catch any of our shows for the last 4 years on the internet at The Clay and Marty Show. Your host is Clay Koerner, and I'm Marty Pay, and our producer is Greg Held. Clay, that was a great show last week with Kay Bromley, author of The Employer's Guide to Obamacare.
You know, I'm having Kay here on November 11th. She's going to be at a luncheon we're putting on, and anybody who'd like to come to meet her and get a free book is welcome to join us. It's just need to call me at 427-4700, extension 1. 427-4700, extension 1, and I'll get you an invitation.
And that's area code is 661 for
Correct.
our out-of-area.
Well, I don't think out-of-area is going to show up for the luncheon. So.
That's true, but it would still be nice to give them the area code. The second part of this show is very special. I got to talk to Johnny Erickson Todd, and what a story she has. So it was a blessing to talk to her.
I wasn't here for that, but I did listen to it. Great show.
Yeah, it was great.
You do a great job.
Well, thank you. Today we've got a great show. In the second half, we've got a guest we've had on before, the Secret Service agent whose name will forever be linked to the Kennedy assassination, Clint Hill. But now by phone, we have a gentleman that I'm looking forward to talking to. He's running for the Assembly in the 36th District, Tom Lackey. Tom, welcome to Taking Care of Business.
Hey, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So you're retired CHP, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
28 years on the force?
Yeah, it was my childhood dream to be a highway patrolman, and I got to live that dream, and I just recently retired in December of 2013.
You know, Tom, I love the CHP, as I do the Bakersfield Police Department. I'm also a senior volunteer with the CHP here in Bakersfield.
Well, congratulations. You're a very important part of our organization.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
So, Tom, what made you decide to run?
Well, it was a kind of a unique set of circumstances. The opportunity to get back a seat that we gave away 2 years ago. It was a very, very strange phenomenon that took place in our district where we had a Democrat take a fairly conservative district due to the Obama turnout and the lack of aggressive campaign from our candidate. And so we're fighting like the devil to get it back. And we believe we're going to be successful because we're doing all the right things, and we believe the candidate has not represented us very well.
No, definitely not. You know, it's interesting. George Runner, who had that seat years ago, George and I had a radio show together, almost 25 years ago now. And then his wife, Sharon Runner, had that same seat.
Is that all?
Yeah, they're two of my favorite people in the world, and my whole elected experience has been as a direct result of their example and their encouragement. And so they're not only fine people, but they're big community leaders out here that we all still look to.
Yeah, they're a great couple. What is the district? What does it encompass?
Yeah, Cuthbert's is actually, it's very large geographically, and as you know, all the assembly seats are roughly almost 500,000 people that you represent. And we extend to the north. Our northern boundaries is California City, and all the way to the east to Mojave in Kern County, or to Boron, actually, which is where I was raised. And then we extend to San Bernardino County. Wrightwood is our border over there, and then we go clear down into Santa Clarita and over to Gorman to the west. And the main population centers are Lancaster and Palmdale.
So Tom, you've got pieces of Kern County and obviously L.A. County and a little bit of San Bernardino County?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And you said you were raised in Boron?
Yeah, my dad was the town dentist. It was a town that was like Mayberry in the desert back in those days because the highway came through Boron. We had some small businesses, and we only were about 3,000 strong, but we were a very close community with hardworking families, and it was a great place to grow up.
Oh, yeah. And again, my apologies for being raised in Boron, but, you know, we all have...
good.
We all have our crosses to bear. We're having a conversation with Tom Lackey, who is running for the Assembly in the 36th District.
So, Tom, you're a Republican, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
And who are you running against? And how long have they been in office?
Well, my opponent is a guy that used to be a Republican and then changed his party just a few years ago, and his name is Steve Fox, and he is the one who actually holds the incumbency. He's the one that's been our assembly member the last 2 years.
I've met Steve when I was up in Sacramento a couple of times.
You never forget. You never forget your encounter with Mr. Fox. Very unique man.
You're right. You don't forget.
Do I notice a tinge of sarcasm there from the two of you?
So what?
Well, you can interpret it as you wish. I tried to be kind.
You did good, Tom.
So, Tom, what are you bringing to the picture here? Why should people vote for you?
Well, I think one thing that I bring is I'm just a regular guy. I'm a highway patrol sergeant. I started out as a special education teacher. I always wanted to be a highway patrolman, but I was very thrilled to see that they included women back in the 1970s because they relaxed the height standard. I never would have made the 5'9" criteria, and so I applied my senior year to the CHP, preparing to be a teacher in special education. I was excited to pursue that career as well, but I always, in the back of my mind, always hoped to have the chance to be a CHP. And after my first year of teaching, I got my offer, and everything has worked out very well. When I came back to start my family here in the city of Palmdale, and my child was getting ready to enter into school, I ran for the local school board. My father was on the school board back in Boron, and I saw the impact he had, and I still wanted to be part of public education because I believe that is the key to our society's future, is a strong public education system. And so I wanted to have that opportunity to have a strong influence there. And, 2005, another unique opportunity came in where two of the city council members from our city, the incumbents, chose not to run. And so there was 2 open seats, and myself and Steve Knight filled those seats, and he's now our state senator. And I think the reason why I have a decent chance is because people know that I say what I mean and mean what I say. I believe in being a good listener, and I believe in standing up for traditional values, and I think that those are very important traits that seem to be hard to find anymore.
You know, we've been blessed in Kern County to have some great legislators, Senator Fuller and Congresswoman Grove, and they've been stymied up there in Sacramento for years. How are you going to accomplish anything up in that area?
You know, what you do is you continue to march forward and be a standard bearer for truth, and your influence is not. You have to be very patient, and it comes incrementally. It's just like the decay took place. It didn't happen overnight. It's been incremental, and we need to be steadfast, and we need to be committed and be willing to take small steps of progress. You know, special education experience actually has given me that understanding that sometimes you have to be satisfied with small steps of progress. And I think that's the way it's going to happen. I have no illusion that I'm going to go up there and change the world, but I think I can have positive impact. And we can move things in the right direction, and we can be a voice for truth.
Well, it's interesting. You keep saying truth. You don't believe there's truth coming out of there now?
Well, I think sometimes what they try to do is portray truth, and I think that differences of opinion have been what's changed us, and I think that most of our change has been detrimental in so many ways, and I think that truth has a way to be twisted, and so I believe in the truth that comes from the true source of truth, which is my Heavenly Father, of course.
I like that, Tom. I like that answer. Kevin McCarthy, our congressman here, his wife, Judy, is the one who first told me about you. And you've got some pretty heavy hitters endorsing you. And, who are some of the people that are endorsing you?
Yeah, it's so humbling to have such powerful, strong leadership actually get behind and have confidence in my ability to be successful in Sacramento. And probably the biggest and the heaviest hitter is the one you just identified. Kevin McCarthy, as you know, I think it's like 4th in power in this country, and he has risen to the top just because he stood up for what was right, and the people have recognized the talent that he has, and it's just a pleasure to even know him, much less have his support. And we have the support of other great leaders. We have George and Sharon Runner, who have been huge leaders out here in the Antelope Valley and at the state capitol. They've both been senators and both been assembly members.
Yeah.
I also have the support of our current senator out here, who is Steve Knight, and he's another person that stands strong for moral principles as well as fiscal principles. And I think that those are two very big threats to our society. We have, all the county supervisors in my district are all endorsing me.
Wow.
Zach Scribner is behind me, and we have Michael Antonovich and Mr. Levingood from San Bernardino County. And, I have the majority of both city councils of Palmdale and Lancaster, and a number of school board members. So we feel we have a strong coalition of endorsements, and I just recently got the endorsement of my own CHP, and I'm very, very proud of that. And, I have a pretty exhaustive list, but I don't want to bore the listener.
Well, Tom, when we come back from the break, let's talk about some specific issues.
Okay, let's do that.
We'll be back in a moment on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio News Talk 1180.